lovely Simmers, SimsEclaire here and welcome back to my channel. For today's video, we are doing another home using the new Sims 4 Dream Home Decorator game pack. And I'm super excited about this one. I saved this one for last because it was the biggest home that I had pre-done the exterior for in order to furnish with this pack, and it's definitely more of like a Scandinavian inspired exterior. I was looking at pictures on Pinterest trying to get some ideas for what to do with this house, and I think it's very sleek and modern, and I really like the shape of the house. It has different textures and pieces to it, but I'm also excited because this is the first family home that I'm building with this pack, which means I got to play around with some of the new bunk beds, and there was more than I even thought that there was. I mean, I thought that there was two, and then we got different colors and different variations and different slot versions of the two bunk beds, but there's actually three. And I end up using the one that I didn't know existed, so I thought that that was kind of cool that I found it towards the end. But when I do the kids' bedroom, you guys will see I pull out the three different bunk beds that we got, so that way you guys can kind of see the differences. And it's really quick because, like I said, I am building with it, so I do have to pick one. But you will get to see just a couple of the different options that you have. Right now we are placing the windows on this house, so you can kind of see the shape has come together. There's a nice little front porch area that has a little bit of an overhang on it. I did that because I wanted to make sure I had enough space upstairs to put all the bedrooms, because this isn't the largest house that I've ever built, so I was a little nervous about maintaining, enough space to have multiple bedrooms and everything like that. I'm again using eco lifestyle windows. I think that they just look really good with this pack and with the style of building that this pack kind of lends to. And for once, I'm actually using the boxed windows, the really large ones. Now I do end up changing things a little bit because right now the walls are on a medium wall height, but all of the furniture for this pack, unless you start stacking them like unit on top of unit on top of unit, they're all really short. So it looked really weird while I was trying to do some of the furnishings on this medium wall height. So I do end up shrinking the downstairs wall height back down to the short wall height just to make things a little easier on myself. So the outside of the house will look a little different in the final pictures than it does right now, but I think it still looks okay. I don't have to change it all that much. But back here, we have a simple backyard area. I am going to be adding a pool. I add a whole outdoor deck section that has a bunch of different activities on it, but right now we are about to start. I think I build the pool right now. Yeah, so we're about to build the pool. It's a rather small pool, but I figured that they wouldn't want anything too big because their kids are still young. They still share a room. I did think it was two twins, and they share a room, so I didn't think that they would need anything overly large. And then maybe as the family grows or the kids get older, they can start adding some other activities like a swing set or something like that. But you saw me place a couch, or not a couch, wow, a car real quickly up front just for some decoration. But now we're on to the inside, and this shelf in particular is the one that I wanted to use that looked really weird on the medium wall height, because as you can see there's legs attached to it. So it's not like I could have put something underneath of it, it's not a part of the modular system. So I wanted to be able to use it because I thought it looked so good here by the front door. But over here, I'm now trying to figure out something to put on this wall over here, and I decided to use the new wall decoration. It's a really large wall decoration and it sticks out really far, so I did shrink it down a little bit just so it fit the space a little bit better. And then I'm placing a front rug, and then I also did a little mirror and an end table just to give it the appearance of a front entranceway area. And then I'm putting the dining room table in the middle of the room, which I don't always do, but it seemed like the best place to put it because since there is kids in this house, I did want to have a TV. And obviously if I had put the family room or the living room area inside the middle of the house right here, there wouldn't have been any space for a TV. So I did want to make sure that I had that corner area. So that's why the dining room table ended up there. But then over here by the stairs, I am doing a little bit. It's not necessarily a reading nook because there is no bookcase, but you could easily put a bookcase down here and make it a reading nook. I was just thinking it'd be a nice little seating area. If the family was entertaining, they'd have some extra chairs. And then over here, I was trying to do a really cool sectional couch. I wanted it to cover the entire wall because in the trailer, they had all these different Z shapes and S shaped and all these fun different couches. And I was I want to try to do that, but I didn't like how any of them were looking, so I decided to go with two separate couches. One that's super long but has this ottoman section over on the end, and then a love seat version of the same couch. And as you can see, I did move the love seat over just so that way it could kind of block off the front entrance area, and then also leave me a wall so that I could place a TV. And initially I do place a fireplace here. I do end up getting rid of it in favor of building like a custom TV unit with the new modular system, because none of my spaces have been quite large enough for me to be able to fully enjoy this modular system. So I kind of go a little haywire in this build. There's a whole custom closet upstairs and a custom dresser for the kids as well. So I was having fun just playing with some of the new boxes and some of the new units. But over here I'm using some of the ones with glass. They look like glass sliding doors, but obviously they won't slide. And I'm gonna fill these up with a whole bunch of different clutter items that we got with this kit, and then a couple of different plants as well. You can see me starting to do that here. I do add one of those functional little book pieces that we got with Tiny Living, so your Sims do have a bookshelf down here, although I say that but the office is down here, so obviously they have bookshelves down here. But I'm also adding a gaming console in case the kids end up being really into gaming. And I'm kind of finishing it off with that eco lifestyle rug that has some yellow into it, because for the theme of this house, since all the windows are black, I didn't want to do any of the dark color swatches for the furniture, so I decided to go with white, neutral wood, and pops of yellow, and then orange as well. Over here we have the kitchen. I'm obviously using one of the two new kitchen objects that we got, kitchen counter sets that we got. I'm using the Country Kitchen Kit refrigerator, and I was going to use this stove, but I actually have to go back in and fix all of my builds. That's why none of them are up on the gallery yet. Or at least at the point that I'm filming this, I was watching a SimLissy video, and she said something about how the stoves don't work if they're placed on top of the counter that the oven is in, which is weird to me. Like, I get it, they finally gave us separated things, so they're like, why would you want to put them on the same counter? That's like, we gave you separated items, why would you want to put them on the same counter? But for me, I mean, I love it, but the idea of having a separated stove and kit and oven wasn't necessarily top priority for me, and I like the way that it looks when they're still on the same countertop. So all of my apartments and my tiny home had that, because I didn't have enough space to not put them on the same counter. But according to SimLissy, that actually makes the objects not functional. So I have to go through and make sure, like, I switch things around, see what works and what doesn't work. So that's why I decided to go for the Jungle Adventure oven instead of the ones from the new pack, because they had the yellow swatch that matched, but then I didn't have to worry about things not being functional. And then in here, there is 2 bathrooms in this build. There's this one downstairs and then one upstairs, and they are both quite large bathrooms. I didn't initially intend on this one being a bathroom, but then I realized I probably needed one downstairs. But that's okay, because this gave me the opportunity to use one of the new bathtubs, because I haven't been able to use them yet because I haven't had any bathrooms that have been big enough for tubs. So I got to use one of those, and for that room in particular, I used kind of the grayish bluish swatch of the furniture, because I liked how it looked in, I don't know, it was something new I wanted to try. And then in here is the parents' office. So I didn't really come up with that big of a background story for the Sims living here. Obviously one of them I figured was a home decorator or a designer, and then the other one I was thinking was maybe an architect. So one of them built the homes and one of them designed the interiors, you know, kind of like the show Fixer Upper with the Gaines family, I think is what their last name is. But that's kind of what I was thinking. So there is 2 separate desk spaces. There's the one over here in the corner that has more of like the artistic stuff on it, the color swatches, the paint swatches and stuff like that, and then there's going to be this one over here. And I almost used the new desk that looked like a woodworking table, but I didn't think it fit this space, so I decided to go with this modular system desk, and then I just cluttered up with a couple more like logistical items, such as like a fabricated lamp, so maybe they had made the lamp themselves, and then the curated corkboard to maybe house some of their designs. And then I also put it's a kid's toy house. It's a what's it called? Doll house. It's a doll house, but I thought maybe it'd be kind of fun if it had started as a model for one of the homes that one of the parents were building, but then the kids kind of took it over as their doll house because they really liked playing with it. So that was kind of why I placed it in the office there. And then up here in the landing area, I'm just doing a simple seating section, using some of the new chairs. I'm really enjoying all of the items that come with this pack. They do look a little repetitive because they're all in the like modular system and in this style, but I think that they're different enough and they come in so many different swatches that you can truly like make your own things out of every single one of them. Like up here in the bathroom, it's pretty much the same exact stuff I use downstairs, but I'm using it in a different swatch and it makes the whole bathroom just feel completely different. And then up here is the parents' bedroom. So I'm using one of the two queen size beds, full beds I should say, that we got in the new pack, and I'm using it in this gray and yellow swatch because I figured that that kind of matched what was going on downstairs, and I always like to do that with parents' rooms because obviously they're the ones in charge, or they're the ones who decorate the main parts of the house, so their bedrooms would be reflective of how they decorated the rest of the house. And then above the bed I did a little shelving thing. I've been doing this recently because it kind of fills in the space without it just being a plain wall decoration there. So I placed some shelves with, you know, an award, maybe one of them won a fabrication award, some wall decorations and stuff like that. And then over here I'm using one of the new pictures that we got. It's in this like yellow, bluish, light wood tone thing, and it kind of just pools the different colors that I'm using throughout the house together. And then over here is where I said I went a little haywire with the modular system. So I have this kind of double sectioned closet unit. And it does end up changing a little bit because I realized I needed a mirror, but as of right now, you know, you kind of have like the one side, the left side and the right side are a little bit separate, and then you have the middle section that has, you know, some more clothes and some different miscellaneous objects. But for right now, I'm changing the right section so that way I can use a mirror. And I do use the new base game mirror because all of the mirrors from this pack hung too high on the wall, and I liked the idea of it sitting just like right in between the two sections, so I didn't want to have to delete one of the modular units I was using. But right there, if you caught it, that was me trying to pick which bed I wanted to use. I decided to go with these because it matched the wood tones of the rest of the build, and I thought that since the parents probably bought the bed, the kids' room would definitely have some of the similar stuff in it. And then over here is the cute little mini dresser that I built for the kids. I thought that it was so cute. It had like the IKEA traditional cubby holes over on the right, but then had like normal dresser drawers. So I thought that it was definitely more like reminiscent of my childhood with all the different like IKEA dressers that I got and some of the different things that I had put together with my family. So I really enjoyed that. And then over here, I'm using one of the new dining tables to act as a desk because you can put two chairs at it. So I thought that they'd have, you know, like a double desk. And I'm putting just a couple of decorations around. I did imagine this room, like I said, was for twins. So I thought they probably did everything together. They have like all the same friends, they have all the same likes and activities and stuff like that, and then maybe as they get older they start to come into themselves a little bit more, but as of right now, you know, they're still pretty conjoined at the hip. And then I'm just placing a couple decorations over by the bed area, but now we're moving on to the exterior, and the exterior is very simple. I do an outdoor dining table, just this, I think it's Perfect Patio one mixed with some eco lifestyle chairs, and then I also give them a larger seating area because I did think that this family would probably have meetings here for their architecture and some other things. But besides that, that is it for this build. So I hope you all enjoyed this one. If you did, please be sure to leave a like and subscribe to my channel, and I will see you all next time. Bye!